about how disposable face mask affects the environment in the UAE. My name is Nina Loyola and these are my group mates, Nicole Bagsi, Rina Fede Leon, Paulo Castor, and Baswir Rashid.
Overview: Here are the points that our group will tackle today. First, strategy. We use the WH technique, or we sort and provide information about the stuff. Second is introduction, which we tackle about face mask, its use, relevance, importance in today's time, the problem that it caused by environment today. Third is the focus group, wherein it is stated there who should use this face mask. Fourth is the scenario, wherein we will tackle the problems of society that it has today. Fifth is research, or the ideation and possible solution that can be given to lessen the problem. And lastly, conclusion, wherein we will conclude everything about the research.
The technique which we are going to use to understand the problem more easily is 5 Ws and 1 H. What raw materials are used in face masks, where masks are used, and who can use it. We will also be explaining you that why surgical masks are bad to use and when should we use it. Masks can be a challenging problem for environment in the upcoming days, so we will be discussing that how it is an environmental problem.
Do you agree that surgical face masks are one of the necessities in today's environment? Yes, this is due to the COVID-19 manifestation to the world that has led to the overproduction of these face masks. But first, let me tell you its main purpose. Its main purpose is to protect the wearer from the coming sick or ill. What are surgical face masks? But before that, let me explain to you the picture. As stated, it has three layers of materials and protection. It is leak-proof non-woven fabric, high-density filter layer, and the last layer is the direct contact skin layer. Its characteristics include it is a non-woven fabric of polypropylene, which is a kind of plastic. It is disposable, meaning you have to only use it once, and fluid-resistant, loose-fitting, and prevents the spread of infection or illness. The figure 1 shows the face mask on wearer. The figure 2 is the planar view of the face mask, and the figure 3 is the detailed attachment of ear loops to the face mask. The figure 1 represents the face mask on wearer. Number 10, as stated in the picture, is the layers of pleated material. Number 12 are the pleated materials of polypropylene fabric, and 14 and 16 are the ear loops made from lycra spandex.
Focus group. There are five given focused people who are in need to use this space. First are health workers who are encountering people with the COVID-19 virus. They are the most important people because they are the ones with people who are infected with the virus. Second is people who are infected with COVID-19. Third is those people who don't want to be affected with the virus, such as those who are the elders, people who have underlying sicknesses, high-risk people, and others. Fourth is those who opt for sustainable living. And lastly, those who have low income and don't have the luxury to treat themselves when they are sick.
The use of wearing a face mask has been practiced in many generations. In the Middle Ages, medical professionals were seen to wear a beak-like mask to protect themselves from the blight during an epidemic. Since then, many citizens living in the developed countries have been using disposable face masks as a way to protect their health from the high particulate matter concentration. Since the emergence of the pandemic that's happening now and with more than 30 million cases around the globe, the use of the disposable face mask has increased.
How it is a problem. The first and the most important scenario which we are facing is the environmental disaster like COVID-19. Do you know more than 24,894 violation has been reported in UAE during COVID-19 pandemic? As you can see in this graph, 81% are the Asian communities who has violated the rules and regulation and 19% are the Arab violators. Failing to wear the face mask was the most detected violation. Among these violations, Dubai is on the first position, Abu Dhabi is on the second, Sharjah is on the third, Ajman is on the fourth, Fujairah, Umm Al Quwain and Ras Al Khaimah are having less violators as compared to the other emirates.
This is an example of how face masks can lead to the environmental threat in the UAE. Masks are mandatory to combat the virus, but it is also adding up in the environmental crisis. the community in Dubai is safe. So this was taken in Dubai by Verandas, the client of Gulf. He said that even though there is a fine that is imposed, there are still people who can't dispose their mask properly.
Wastes like used masks and gloves can not only pollute our lands but also the oceans, and it could also possibly affect our wildlife. Police has confirmed that they will give fines against people to those who litter.
Scenario number two, plastic pollution. How is it a problem? Because of COVID-19, disposable masks are heavily being developed on why there are many plastics that are seen and cause pollution to our environment in this time.
Plastic waste has been an unsolved problem of the world's pollution. Every year, thousands of plastics are produced that are used in packaging and textile. In 2015, production has increased from 1.7 million metric tons to 322 million metric tons. During late March in the UAE, Lulu has announced that it was sourcing 1.6 million face masks on an average daily, and since government safety measures were introduced, a lot of manufacturers of hygiene products have supplied over 300,000 disposable masks to the UAE market.
Due to the use of many plastics, thousands of masks are filling landfills and oceans around the world. If ever the elastics of these masks are found in the ocean, it affects not just human life, it also harms sea creatures and coral reefs. But until the environment is the priority and the proper waste management is improved by the government, the human well-being, health and especially the future can't be ensured. So we suggest using proper disposable of face masks, using biodegradable face masks, using washable and reusable face masks. Okay, so our first idea in the ideation is the proper disposal of masks. Of course, the best option to dispose of face masks is to dispose it in a medical waste disposal. But if you cannot access this disposal, you can just simply throw it out the trash can. But before discarding it in the trash can, please remove the glue or simply cut the elastic from the mask because it is very harmful for the environment, especially for the wildlife, the ocean life, or any life. So after removing the mask, wrap the mask and the elastic with a tissue. Then you can finally dispose it. Do not discard the face mask in the roadside, in the beach, in the ocean. Of course, that's common sense, but a lot of people are still doing that. So please throw it out in the trash can.
Another example of this biodegradable face mask is this biodegradable coffee face mask. It is developed in Vietnam by a shoe company called ShoeX. The face mask is called AirX, and according to the company, it is developed with 99.99% dual antibacterial technology. It has two layers. The first layer is the coffee yarn, and the second layer is a biodegradable filter created using coffee and silver. Another example of this biodegradable face mask is this Napa mask, which is a 100% biodegradable mask that has been developed in UAE by researchers in Khalifa University. So it is said that it will allow the air to pass through but reject the bacteria and viruses. So Dr. Shadi Hassan, an associate professor of chemical engineering at Khalifa University, said that it is made up of filtration materials that were carefully selected to provide effective protection, avoid skin irritation, and most importantly, be safe in the environment.
Final idea is to use washable and reusable face masks. Pedigare is a non-profit organization that makes face masks from recycled plastic from the ocean. Not only it can help people be protected from the virus, they can also help the ocean to be less polluted by plastics. The pros of this mask is, as I said before, the materials used for this mask is from recycled plastic that are made into cloths. Second is they have a pack of filters added if you ordered the face mask from them, and they have many different styles for both children and kids. But the cons for this mask is that you should change the filter every 8 hours, and it only ships in Canada and US. Third is a Kickstarter project that is based on the US,
and it is a reusable and non-medical face mask that provides comfort, breathability, and protection. The pros for this mask is that it is less expensive than the average face mask. It is reusable, washable, and it is pocket size. It can fit into any pockets. The materials used for this is medical grade and is safer skin. The filter could last up to 6 months rather than the ordinary mask that can be only used for 6 hours or 8 hours max. The cons for this mask is that it can only deliver to certain countries, and I think it cannot be delivered here in the UAE. And it only has two colors. First is black and second is transparent. And another downside of this is that it's a one size fits all. So it doesn't fit properly for the children and for those who has small faces. Blue Breath First AI powered face mask. This is the coolest mask you'll ever see, I promise. This is a crowdfunding Indiegogo project that is funded this September. It is a 5-layer nano-filtration system that is made in the Germany. The pros is that it has different types of filtered scent: lavender, eucalyptus, lime, mint, chamomile, or no scent at all. It has a transparent mask and anti-fog mask technology that can be helpful for those who are deaf and can read the mouth. As I said before, it has 5-layer filtration. It has a lot of color variant, as you can see in the right hand, and it is made out of anti-allergen plastic that can lessen the skin irritation. The cons for this is that it is more expensive because, as I said before, it is AI, artificial intelligent powered system. And another con is that the filter only lasts up to 1 to 2 weeks.
Conclusion: as it is stated in our conclusion, the emergence of reusable face masks can help lessen the environmental problem our society faces today, wherein threats of plastic pollution that are seen in the parks, lakes, and other places could eradicated. Because as we all know, microorganisms and organism problems can cause problems in being started. Remember, today, reusable face masks such as Bogart, Smart Mask, and others will allow our environment to avoid plastic pollution and still be protected from the COVID-19 virus.